Hello everybody, my name is Rogelio Morales. I'm going to be showing you today a quick eye look and a highlight and contouring technique. For that, I bring my model today, Maria, that she's going to be helping me out with this look. With that, let's get started. So what I'm going to be doing in the beginning is I'm going to be applying my eyeshadow primer with my flat brush or my concealer brush in the eyelid area. That is going to be helping to keep the eyeshadow in place. So what we need to do is basically apply the product on the entire lid and blend it into her skin. One of the major reasons that we wanted to use the eye primer is to make the color stand out, and not only that, it will last you for a couple of hours, your makeup. And if you have a very oily lid, it's going to be helping you to keep that makeup in place. So after we finish applying the eyeshadow primer, we're going to go ahead and apply the eyeshadows. So I wanted to start working my crease, the crease of Maria, and I'm going to be choosing a taupe color. For that, I'm going to pick a matte finish color with my eyeshadow blending brush. The good thing about this brush is then it has synthetic bristles and natural bristles. The synthetic bristle is going to allow me to pick a good amount of pigment, while the natural bristles is going to blend into the skin. So what I'm doing basically right now is just applying the eyeshadow in swipe motions. Into her crease and putting more attention in the out of the corner is where we want the most concentration of color on the darker areas. As we can see, the brush will do the hard work. So as we can see right now in the camera, we have already a mark in her crease, which is what we want. So right now I'm gonna be darken that area to make the area look more smoke. And I'm gonna be using a darker brown. I would probably choose this one. The benefit of using a darker color in the outer corner is gonna bring out the eye color, but also what it's gonna do is gonna make the eye look longer, which is the look that I'm gonna go for. So as I'm applying with my blending brush, I'm blending out into the end of the eyebrow and bringing that color into her crease. The movement that I'm using is a back and forward movement, or we can call swiping motion. Once again, we want that crease to look a little darker. So it looked like kind of like a smoky. All right, so we already have a darker crease. So when I want to go ahead and start putting colors on it. For that, I'm gonna bring my colorful palette and I'm gonna choose a orange, kind of like reddish tone to make that color pop a little more. So as you can see, all the time that I'm going ahead and I'm gonna apply an eyeshadow color, what I like to do is basically pick the color and do this type of thing so you can see all of the excess of colors blowing in the air. I'm gonna go ahead and apply that into her crease. As you can see, we already have a diversity of colors blending into the crease, which is that's the look that we want. So we can see that Maria have a very um, arched eyebrows and very thick. So we want to compromise the eyebrows. So we're gonna leave a little space so we can highlight and create a better arch. Right now, we just go ahead and working that crease out. Right now, we have a variation of colors, which is the look. I wanted to start darkening a little bit more the out of the corner, so we can start, when we finish, we can start then using the highlighter color. I want to go ahead and use this brown, basically almost black, and I want to go ahead and place it with my same blending brush. I want to go ahead and place it on the outer corner. As you can tell, I'm basically taking very close to her lashes, bringing it out, and blending into the crease. One of my favorite things about this brand, which is the name is Brugal, I actually love the idea of we can have a variety of color, but we can blend all together. One of the signature look that I love for me is my smoky, and the product allowed me to work quick and a lot of precision because the colors blend together very well. So right now we have a variety of colors, and we have the outer corner like very well done. One of the other things that I wanted to do, I wanted to add a little bit more of the red tones right in the crease, and I want to go ahead and use a darker or like a kind of like a wine color, and I want to blend this into the outer corner. That color is going to work as a transition color for my browns and my darker colors. So now that I'm having my transition colors already done, I want to go ahead and add a little bit of black. I'm going to start using my blending brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and apply just a little touch in the outer corner, and once again blending into the crease. That is going to give me the look of a very long eye. If you think about the look, what we wanted to do is basically bring the eye a little bit more out, so we have a longer eye effect. So right now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and start working the bottom of the eye, which I'm gonna be using a smudge brush. This smudge brush is actually from Sephora, and what I like about it, I don't even know if it's still making, but what I love about it is the way that it's sharp. I really love it. It's gonna allow me to smudge the in the bottom without getting messy. If you can look up for me, abre, mira para arriba, mira para arriba. And I'm gonna go ahead and apply it between her lashes. It's very normal when your model kind of like feel a little like sand on her eyes. Obviously, I'm working with the eyeshadows, so you want to give her a minute to kind of like relax. and start all over with the other eye. All right. As you can see, we're gonna give her a minute so her eyes can relax and she can continue enjoying the application. We don't want to make the model cry. All right. So as she relaxes, what I'm going to do right now is start working with my concealer. And for that, I'm using my Brugal concealer. And what I'm going to do is basically place it on my hand. And once again, I'm going to be using my concealer brush. It's one of my favorite because it's synthetic. If if you ask me about what type of brush do I like, I normally like synthetic brush just because allow me to grab more products. So what I'm doing now is basically correcting and making the eye a little bit more sharp. So abre el ojito. So with my same concealer, the concealer is a little bit more lighter. So what I'm gonna do is basically start my highlighting. A lot of people ask me if I like to do my eyeliner when I finish my eye. I don't. I normally like to do my eyeliner as soon as I finish my look. So as I clean with my concealer and make a perfect cut, I want to highlight at the same time. The technique that I'm using for the highlight part, it's gonna be more creating a V into her cheekbones so we can create a higher cheekbone. So everything that is gonna be highlighting is gonna be looking forward, and the other part that is gonna be like more of the shading and creating the definition on her face. So the highlight or the concealer that I'm using is actually basically 2 shades a little lighter than her skin. And I choose that one because I really love when the highlight shows. So I'm using my concealer brush and I apply it into the bridge of her nose. And I want this part to look a little forward because she has fuller lips. So I want this part to be a little forward too. I'm gonna highlight this area too. All right. So right now, I'm gonna be using my Brugal contouring cream contouring, and I'm gonna be applying, and I'm gonna be using an old technique that I find out. I'm gonna place my brush right into her ears and directly into her mouth, and that's what I'm gonna be contouring. The way that I want to contour it is more like a C because I wanted to make this more up. So right now, the way that I'm blending is basically blending up and letting this part be like a more like a harsh line. Sorry. So right now, what I'm gonna do is do the other side. I'm sorry that I had to move. And I'm gonna work with her lashes, with her eyebrows, and I'm gonna bring that down into her nose. And I'm gonna be a little bit, just a little bit on the edge, the edges of the hair. So we have a continue on uniform color. So after I had that, I'm gonna be using my beauty blender. My beauty blender is already dumping water, so it's a little kind of like soapy. So I wanna go ahead and then just start blending everything together. The movement that we're gonna use is like little tap, like you're tapping a little bit without hurting your model. One of the biggest reasons that I love this beauty blender, it's easy, it's quick to use, and everybody can use it. It's very easy to use. My model have already her foundation done. So what I wanted to do this is just emphasize a little bit the highlighter, the highlighting. And for that, I'm gonna be using my Soft Glow by Brugal. And I'm gonna be using a fan brush. I wanna use the fan brush because I want the highlight to be settled, but at the same time to show. So if you can turn this way. So I'm placing right in between her nose and the middle of her eyes and bring that one out. And then we put a little bit, just a little touch right on top of her eyebrows. That is gonna give me a look on a very forward cheekbones. And once again, we put a little bit just right here on top of her eyebrows. And we're gonna go ahead and put a little bit on the bridge on her nose. I'm gonna put a little bit on her cupid. As of right now, what we're missing is emphasize a little bit the contouring. So I'm gonna be using my bronzers. And I'm gonna be using more like a, I would say more like an ash color. And then just from the outside to the inside, I'm just doing like a little swipings. I will just retouch a little bit her nose. And just a little touch on her forehead. That what it's gonna do is gonna allow me to have a more attention right in the middle so her face will look forward. All right. So after we have this done, what we're gonna do is right now, it's using my gold pigment. I want to go ahead and start highlighting the eye area. I'm using a very crushed pigment and it's very sparkly. So for that, I pick a different brush with more bristles. So in that way, I grab more pigment. So as I'm pressing, you guys can see already how shiny and how pigmented this product is. So right now what I'm gonna do is basically I have my highlighting and I have my darker shade. I just want to emphasize a little bit the inner corner, and I want to use a very light color together with my blending brush. For that I'm gonna pick a white color. And I'm gonna just place it right in the beginning of the eye. Okay, so right now I'm gonna go ahead with my lip liner, Scarlet Red from Brugal Makeup. The good thing about this eyeliner is retractable, but not only that, it's waterproof. So I wanna just go ahead and line the lips, but I wanted that color to bring a little bit more attention into the lips. So I'm gonna go ahead and line, but at the same time I'm gonna be blending that color into her lips. While you're doing this, you're actually adding a layer into the lips. So if you lipstick is going away just because you're eating or you're drinking some water or whatever, you're still gonna have a little bit of tint on your lips. So right now, I just want to make this full. And I'm gonna go ahead and with the same pencil, I have a little brush, lip brush. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my number 25 from Brugal Makeup, which is kind of like a wine color. And I'm soaping very good my brush so I have a very full application. As you can see, the lipsticks are very pigmented. With only one pass that you do, you can basically have a full color. All right, so right now, I just want to go ahead and define the cupid area. And the little corners. All right, so we are finishing the look, and to finish the look, I'm gonna use a warmer color for her blush, and I wanted to use kind of like a bronzy, kind of golden color. So I want to mix this golden with this one that is a little bit more bronzy, and I'm just gonna make a smile and place it right where the contour, between the contour and the highlighting. I'm doing circle motions so everything look more blend. And right now I'm just gonna jump in and do my eyeliner. For that I'm using a Kayo eyeliner and black, and I'm emphasizing in the outer corner of the eye. So with this eyeliner I have only a few minutes to blend it, And I want to go ahead and blend it with my smudge brush, but at this time I'm going to use a smaller version. One of the reasons that I like to smudge the eyeliner is just I want to emphasize so much the eye so we can have a very sultry eye look. Once again, we'll do it in the other side. Making sure that we're doing right between her lashes. So right now, to finish the look, I'm just gonna go ahead and put some lashes on. What I did, I just put a little bit of glue already, and then as I'm drying, I wanted to place it right onto her lash. You can use tweezers for that, or other tools like some of the brands bring some like eyelash tools to apply them. I love to use my finger. I think that it's more secure, and not only that, I can go like very close to her lashes and put it together so it look more natural. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with my mascara to finish the look. And I'm using the HD mascara by Brugal. I just wanna go ahead and put a little bit right on the tip of the false eyelashes to give her a little bit of intensity. Abre los ojitos, mira hacia arriba completo, aquí. And I'm just gonna put a little bit just on the bottom of her lashes. As you guys can see, we already finished the look with Maria, and she looked fantastic. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and thank you for watching.